Hello Tanos, Zelp here. So today we're gonna talk about that gas nerf thing. In case you do not know, it has already been implemented. Now if this is your first time visiting and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I am talking about that whole DOT damage, which stands for damage over time, that stacks with your stealth damage over and over again to get additional stealth multipliers. Okay, so for example, if you are doing a bleed damage and you are in stealth mode, you will actually have sort of a double dip, and to get 64 times DOT on your bleed damage. And if you're using gas, it actually does that twice, so it'll be 8 times 8 times 8, and you're gonna get 512 times more damage. And also take note that stealth damage gives you 8 times. Okay, so that is the problem, and they have already fixed it, in case you do not know, because I found this out when I was doing one of the videos. It's actually an upcoming video, but I decided to drop that just to do this one instead, to tell you guys about this nerf, because I realized that people in my Discord did not know it yet, and I figured that most of the people do not know it as well. I also do not see any YouTube videos on this particular topic, so here we go. Now here we're going to talk about things like, oh, by the way, this is not going to be a scripted recording, so if I make any mistakes, I will kind of try to edit it out, and hopefully it doesn't take too long, because I tend to kind of drag a little bit on this kind of unscripted videos. So first of all, we're going to talk about like the good side of it and the bad side of it, and what kind of people would be angry about this, and also like what the developer wants over what we want, and also things like is it right, is it fair in general, like stealth, to buff, to debuff, to nerf, to fix gas DOT damage with stealth. And then because we all understand, like, there are certain elements that is not widely used, that they do not get the kind of love that some elements might have over. So yeah, okay, so we're gonna talk about that, and hopefully end this video, and you guys could rethink your setup for Loki. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, is it good, is it bad? Now first thing, really simple, it's good because it's fairer now. Okay, now even with this fix, killing something like a heavy gunner, a level 140 heavy gunner with gas procs, is still pretty damn good. Okay, the reason why is simply because the DOT stacks. Okay, so the more you hit, if you have a fast weapon, it's gonna do a lot more damage. This still works with things like if it fell down, okay, your ground finisher, oh well, let's do that again. Your ground finisher will still do that 4 times damage, okay, and that 4 times will multiply together with your stealth damage, giving you 32 times damage. So it is still really, really good. Now this means that you kind of need some level of skill, especially if you're using the stance that I'm using, okay, because at some, okay, let's see if I could pull it off, there you go. At some point, if you could pull off the combo and your stance, you're gonna make him fall, you're gonna do ground finishers, you're gonna do a lot more damage. Now the fact that I can't see my Loki well, I can't actually pull it off, but in general, you guys have seen my videos, you know I could do it pretty damn good. The toxin damage still goes through shields, okay, although it doesn't go through armor, still goes through shields, so it's still really good for coppers. Another thing I like you guys to note is that the gas calculation has been changed. Now I can't really tell you how it's been changed, because I have did some research, I did some I did some calculations myself, and apparently the second instant, okay, in case you do not know what I'm talking about, you have to see the video that I made previously, where I explained how the gas damage actually is being calculated. So there is the first initial gas damage, then there's the first instant, which is the toxin damage, and the second instant, which should be 125% out of the first instant toxic damage. So the second instant is calculated a little bit differently now. Sometimes the damage is still the same. I think there is a factor that I'm missing out, so I just want to let you guys know that. Okay, so let's talk about the bad part of this fix. Okay, one of the bad part is that it kind of, to some people, that especially those that just found this bug and they're having the time of their life, like killing enemies really quickly, and all of a sudden, like the next day it's been told that it's been fixed. I think that kind of sucks. It's like showing you like flashing you a really nice candy bar in front of you and then removing it just after you have the first bite. Yeah, so it will be kind of sucky if you have not been using it for a real long time and stuff like that. It also kind of affects people that enjoys, you know, endurance runs where like kind of out of the normal. They will do things like survival missions up to 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 5, maybe 6 hours. And if they are sort of abusing this kind of bug to reach that far, because going that far is not an easy task. So if they're kind of abusing it to reach that far, what happened is that they can no longer do it. So it's gonna affect their gameplay. It's gonna affect the thing that they like doing. Okay, I know that Life of Rio, he is an endurance runner. He does like really high level and it's really entertaining, even though it's like really long videos. But he set records, okay? And if I'm not really sure if he did set records based on this kind of bugs to reach that far, but if he did, then the record will no longer be valid, okay? Because it's based off a sort of a bug that just, how do I say this? It's just no longer valid. It's like if you were to set a Guinness World Record of being the tallest person alive and they realize that you have sticks for your legs, you know, it will no longer be valid because well, you might be able to set another different record like tallest man alive with sticks for their legs, but it's just no longer valid. So it's gonna affect the things that they did previously. It's gonna affect the things that they couldn't do in the future. And yeah, okay, so bottom line is gonna implement change. Any fix, any kind of, especially something that's been lasted so long, is gonna have a huge change. And not many people like change. I know I don't like change, but to me this doesn't affect me that much simply because I don't use this combo. To me, from the start when I first noticed it, I felt that it is too OP, and I decided just on the spot that I don't want to use it. Okay, but saying this, I did use it once on a video to do a what do you call this? The Warframe rank test. Okay, is actually something like arena, and I use the gas and stealth because I'm trying to show you guys an easy way to do it. And at that moment with the bug, you can do that really easily. Okay, you could still run through with that really easily even now, but it just wouldn't be as great. Now let's talk about it, whether it's fair or if it's not fair. Now I heard people saying things like, you know what, this is silly because gas from the start, it's not something that is very good. Okay, something like heat is something like magnetic. Nobody actually kind of bothers to use them. I mean, there might be some, but to me it just doesn't give you that in your game. Okay, so it doesn't affect the game that much. Therefore, a lot of people kind of neglect it. It doesn't have enough love from the developers. So having gas being able to do this, gas suddenly becomes something usable, something good, something great. Okay, but to me, you would think that it is, oh my god, I'm dying. Okay, to me, you would think that this is a nerf to the gas, but it is actually a nerf towards the stealth. Okay, it has actually nothing to do with gas. The gas just sort of allow the double dipping of the stealth damage multiplier. Okay, but oh boy. Okay, but then in reality, we are actually buffing. If it's not removed, okay, it's actually a bug on the stealth. Now stealth itself is already really good. Now let me explain why. You are invisible. He can't see you. You are attacking him. He can't attack you back, and you get an 8 times multiplier. Okay, so now just think about that for a second. You are the biggest bully in the game towards the enemies right now. Okay, you are attacking them without them attacking you back, and on top of that, you're doing 8 times more damage. What more do you want? Okay, now if your answer is to have gas to give you the 512 times more damage, well, holy shit, I'm dead. Well, I guess I have nothing else to say to you, because obviously, I don't know. I think to me it's fair that this happens. Okay, for stealth to have this kind of thing implemented. Okay, so it's not so much of a debuff on the element, it's more on stealth. Okay, stealth has been overpowered, and it's being made even more overpowered because of that bug. Finally, I just want to talk about what the developer wants and what we want, and how they kind of come into play. So in a previous video, the Vauban's Vortex bug, I said that I prefer to play the game the way it is intended, and what I mean there is that I prefer to play the game the way the developers want it to be played by us, or want us to experience it, right? So let me give you an example why I would think this way. Maybe you could understand where I'm coming from. Let's say if you were to go to a foreign land, okay, you enter this fancy restaurant, and they have a delicacy specially made, unique to their country, and they were to give you and let you try. Now, that delicacy is loved by everyone in that country, but you may or may not like it. So now you take a sip and you realize that, oh, you don't like it. Now you are okay to give your opinion, but you're not supposed to hold it against the cook for not cooking what you want. Okay, you don't go there and say, go in, get back into the kitchen, make a double cheeseburger, the one exactly like McDonald's if you fancy that, simply because it is their recipe, it is their delicacy. You should respect that. Okay, and if you enjoy it, which probably a lot of people do, then great, you could stay, you could come back. But if you don't, you're free to live. No, sorry, not live. You're free to leave. And yeah, and so that is what I'm trying to point out. Now, with that said, our voice as a gamer, as a player of Warframe, we do have some kind of we do have some kind of authority. You could say, like, what we want is also what the developer wants. Okay, so same thing as the restaurant and you. Okay, if you could give your opinion, and he thinks that that will make his creation, right, a better food, or in this case a better gaming place, then he will definitely consider it, right? Because why? Because end of the day, the developers, they are a business company, they want to make money, and whatever that could improve the gaming experience that draws more players, they will consider, because end of the day, it makes more money. I guess that's pretty much all I'd like to talk about. I can't help feel a little bit responsible for the fix, because before I posted my video on the calculations on the 512 times more damage, I haven't seen anyone else talking about it, and ever since then, there are more and more videos about it, and finally DE decided to nerf it, or should I say fix it. So sorry, please do not hate me. I do not want to have haters. If I happen to be the trigger of this fix, But at the same time, I did hear some response to the announcement of the nerf, that they say like that it's not right for DE to wait it this long to fix it. Like it's been 3 to 4 years, and finally now they decided to fix it because it has been like a way of life to certain people. And so but what I like to say is that we should probably give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, I mean, think of it this way. It's been 3 to 4 years that you've been playing this game, and you couldn't figure out like how did the damage came about. So can we just give them that benefit of doubt that maybe they have been trying to fix it all this time, but they just didn't know how, or they do not know why the damage come to be, therefore they can't fix it, right? Until recently, of course. So maybe it's not about why they waited so long, but rather like finally they managed to find out the reason, the real cause of it. Anyways, if you managed to reach this far of the video, I congratulate you. There is no rewards, sadly, but I would like to tell you that just I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I have registered myself to be a partner with Warframe, and apparently there is a time duration, about 10 working days, to see if I get approved, and if I do, there will be giveaways starting on my channel, which I am very hyped. Yeah, so if you're not a subscriber, do remember to do that, and I will see you soon. Have a pleasant day, Thanos. Bye bye.